These chords sound pro, but are beginner friendly, and I'm going to teach them to you right now. My name's Jake, and for the past 16 years, I've been teaching the coolest people on the internet how to play guitar. And by the end of this video, you'll add 4 new chords, at least 4 new chords, to your vocabulary that you can start using right now that sound amazing but are approachable even for beginners. First, I'm going to teach you the chords in the key of G. Then I'm going to show you how you can pluck them with your fingers or strum them with a pick. Then we're going to apply it to a song. So let's dive in. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be using our fingers to play notes on the 4th string or the A string and at the same time on the 2nd string, the B string. So we're going to start by fretting the 3rd fret on the A string, and we're going to use our ring finger to play 5th fret on the 2nd string. Now I'm using my hand to pluck these because I only want to play 3 strings. I want to play the A string or the 5th string, the G string or the 3rd string open, and I want to play the 2nd string, the B string. And as we play these chords, those are the only strings that I'm going to want to play. So if we want to strum these, I'll break down how you can do that, even though we want muted strings in just a little bit. But before we do that, let's walk through the chords. So this is our C chord. We're playing again, 5th string, 3rd string open, and then we're playing 5th fret on the 2nd string. Now we can just slide this shape around. If I move it up 2 frets, it goes from being a C to a D at 11-ish, but we can just treat it like it's a D chord. So we have a C chord here if we put our finger on 3rd fret, D chord if our index finger's on 5th. Then when we slide up 2 more frets, we want to play an E minor. So we're going to take this 9th fret and we're going to slide it down to 8th fret. You can either use your middle finger or you can just slide your ring finger is what I usually do. So we have C, D, E minor. And then if we slide our original shape up from the C all the way to 10th fret and 12th fret, we get a G. So we have C, D, E minor, G. And that's going to get us through a whole bunch of songs. We can also do a few small variations on this. If we take this C chord that we had, 3rd fret and 5th fret, and we slide down 1 fret, and we slide our ring finger down 1 fret, we get kind of a G over B that'll work as a G chord that sounds really pretty. And another way that we could play G is actually moving our middle finger to the thickest string on 3rd fret. So again, we're playing open G, 3rd fret on our B string, and our middle finger is on 3rd fret of the thickest string. So that's our G. So again, we have the G over B, the G, and then just moving that shape around, C, D, E minor, and G. So let's talk about how to pick it. When I'm plucking with my right hand, what I like to do is I like to assign my thumb to a string, and I like to assign my other fingers to a string as well. So I'm going to put my index finger of my plucking hand on the open G that we have, and then my middle finger is going to go on that 2nd string. And so as I play these, I can just have each finger assigned to a spot, and I'm just kind of rolling forward. Now, if I want to strum these, I'm going to have to use what's called left hand muting or fret hand muting. So let's go ahead and let's start with this G chord. What I'm going to want to do is instead of having my fingers on the tip tops and strumming and getting all these open notes, I'm going to want to intentionally flatten my hand out a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use more the pad of my index finger so that the tip of my index finger is on that thickest string, and the meat of my index finger is on the 4th string. It'll still let my G string ring open, but then again, my ring finger, as I'm laying back just a little bit, I'm pulling my elbow backwards instead of being more forwards. I'm pulling my elbow backwards. I've got my thick string muted, my 4th string muted, and then my thinnest string is being muted by the pad of my ring finger and a little bit the back of my index finger. This is a little trickier to get in the beginning, but if you mess around with your hand position, particularly bringing that elbow back, you'll be able to find the spot that works for you to mute the strings that you don't want, but let the strings you do want to ring open. Before we jump into applying this to a song, if you've been enjoying this lesson and learning something, I think you'll like my course and community at school.com/guitargympro even more. I'm going to go back to fingerstyle, and we're going to apply this to playing Country Roads by John Denver. So we have a G, a D, an E minor, and then a C, and then we have a G, D, C, and then we end on a G. Going through it, it would be, country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mount Mama, ba-da-da-da, da-da-da. I forgot the lyrics there, but you get the idea, right? It gives us a modern, fresh, different take on a classic song that we know and love. Gives us a way to play some really pretty, intricate, interesting chords over something that we recognize really easily. If you're having trouble getting your fingers to land on these strings the way you want them to, so everything rings the way you want it to, this exercise is going to help you get control over each one of your fingers quickly.